Hey advisors, my name is Jonathan Michael and I'm the founder of AdvisorX AI. In this quick demo, I'm going to show you the core differences between AdvisorX AI as a specialized AI client communications platform for advisors versus CustomGPTs and Jasper AI. I'm inside the long form feature inside AdvisorX, and you can see that there are four moving pieces here inside this feature. One is you can select the content type that you can write. So you can select between newsletters, articles, blogs, whatever you want. And you can toggle between personas. So personas are essentially what we call as writing personalities, where you can give it specific instructions, you can upload documents to it, and tell it exactly how you want it to write or what you want it to write about. That's basically what a persona is. So over here, you'll notice in AdvisorX, there are two different chat boxes here, prompt boxes. One is the master level prompt. Let me just delete that last piece there. One is the master prompt, like create a comprehensive and engaging newsletter that provides pre-retirees with actionable strategies for retirement planning. Got it. And then here you have the document retrieval prompt. So here we have a secondary search where we tell the AI to look for specific information from the documents we've uploaded. This is extremely important to help ground the AI in a base level of documents and facts that you trust. So I'm going to click generate. And now the AI is going to do several searches over the web. It's going to do several searches over the documents I've uploaded to your persona. It's going to listen to the instructions that I've given my retirement specialist. And then it's going to automatically write, an entire piece of text that you can use, as a client communications campaign or on your website, your blog, LinkedIn post, whatever you want. But the key thing to remember here is that the AI is also going to actively review the text for non-compliant keywords, and it's going to enable you to seamlessly run compliance reviews as well. So you can see here, it automatically chunked the text into several sections so you don't have to keep interacting with chatbots, trying to get the best responses from it. It kind of does that for you automatically. So notice that it's flagged that first non-compliant keyword already, right? Potentially non-compliant. Depends on the context. Over here, it seems like it might just be compliant. But this is potentially an article or a series of articles or newsletters that you could send out over the next month. The important pieces to remember here is the sources. Being able to look at citations and being able to see how the AI searched over those citations, which is equally important, right? And then web sources. Where is it pulling in information from the web from? Well, you can click on it and you can see it's pulling this specific article from Vanguard, and again from Vanguard. So there you go. There are multiple sections here, it's writing out 4 or 5 different sections, but for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through the entire piece of text. I'll quickly show you how the personas are being set up. Personas let you to be really creative, right? So you can get really creative here. You can give it a name. You can select the response configuration, choose the AI model you want to use, give it instructions of how you want it to respond, select the live data feed. You can select the time frame you want it to pull web sources from, and you offer the chases. Now for the retirement specialist, I'm going to click on it. You can see that you can add documents to it as well, right? So once you create a persona, you can add documents to it. Data sources, basically. You can enter web URLs and files. That's a quick way for you to fine-tune your AI system. So now I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm inside the retirement specialist, CustomGPT. Now I gave it the exact same system prompt, instructions, and I also uploaded the same PDFs here just because, I didn't want to be biased. So let's go back and let's see the response it wrote. Okay, here we go. This is the blog post I asked it to write. Same exact prompt that I threw inside AdvisorX, as you can see. Gave it very specific instructions of how to retrieve it, but no citations. That's a problem, right? And it stays pretty generic, as you can see. Compared to the density of the AdvisorX content, this is pretty generic. ChatGPT has its place for advisors, but it's more like a brainstorming partner, an ideation partner, and less of, a client communications facing tool. So that's ChatGPT for you, a little limited, a little generic, doesn't flag non-compliant keywords, so on and so forth. But the tool that I was really interested to test out as well was also Jasper AI. So I know that some advisors are using Jasper too, so I thought it would be useful to explain the benefits of, not benefits, but show the differences. And also this is not to put any tool down specifically, or like to say that ChatGPT is not useful for advisors. I mean, that would be crazy to say that, or that Jasper is not useful. I think every tool has its place. My goal is to just show the core differences of how we specialize in serving wealth advisors as opposed to every other industry, which what these tools are doing. So I uploaded the same knowledge base here. I, did the same thing inside Jasper, clicked on my content, and I asked it to write a retirement guide for me. And, well, no, I don't want to tour right now, Jasper. So I asked it to write me a long form piece of text, and, through the exact same prompt. And the problem here is that I didn't have I couldn't choose the AI model I want to use. I don't know if it's using ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, but you can see right here, again, super generic, stays really generic. I think I like the fact that they have some other functions here. It's a little difficult to navigate. You can select a voice, which is really cool. I selected AdvisorX as a voice, and I saved that. And so try to write in the style of our website. But this is their long form piece. Again, seems general, like I said before, but I clicked on chat too, and I asked it to write a retirement planning newsletter. Let's see if it'll pull that for me. Oh wait, I'm trying to figure this out. But yeah, same results. Okay, wait, yeah, so it did show citations, so that was cool for sure. Definitely showed citations, but it stayed pretty general. So I think some of the pros of Jasper is that you can like use your brand voice, which is kind of cool. But we also have the same feature inside AdvisorX. And the other thing that I think was not covered inside Jasper is I couldn't find, so I'll go back to the home screen. So this is the knowledge base, and I can upload multiple knowledge bases here, but I couldn't give it instructions of how I want it to behave. And I was like, okay, I can add knowledge, but how is it being used? Where is it being used? So I think that's one of the major differences I would say between Jasper and AdvisorX AI. Well, there are a bunch of differences, is that when I add my knowledge base, I can give specific instructions to like different writing personas. So it can take different shapes and form. I'm not able to do that with Jasper. One thing that Jasper has that we don't have is like images, which is kind of cool. Like you can create images here. I've not tested it out, but it seems to, work fine. But yeah, coming back to personas, you can see over here, you have several personas inside AdvisorX, and each of it has its own, specific role, right? So you have a tax analyst, right, that has 9 different data sources, and you know what's inside of the instructions. I've given it lengthy instructions here, what it should follow, and compliance reviews. So let's come back to long form here and wrap this thing up. But let's assume that I like this piece of text. This is the blog post we just wrote, the newsletter we just wrote with long form with AdvisorX. You can see that we have a humanize feature here as well. So if I like this piece of text and I want to rewrite it, I'm just going to click on that humanize button, and it's going to rewrite this piece of text for me in that writing style that I just uploaded in the text box. It takes a few seconds to write, and we're not as fast as some of these other platforms, but it does the job, and I've seen it happen over and over again. Now, while we wait for this first piece of text to write, what we're going to do is we're going to copy this one. I'm going to copy this text. Okay, I think it's okay. Yep, it rewrote this first paragraph. Definitely sounds a little bit more humanized. So I'm going to copy this piece of text, and I'm going to run a compliance review, and we'll close it off with that. So let's assume I like this piece of text, and I'm like, okay, cool. I think I may want to use this in a blog or an email campaign. Great. I'm going to send it for a compliance review. I'm going to click on review for compliance, and then the AI is going to run through the entire text for me and scan through it and write compliance recommendations. This is something that you cannot do in either ChatGPT, you cannot do inside of Jasper. The 2 compliance things that you cannot do inside both of those platforms. It doesn't flag non-compliant keywords, and you can't run end-to-end compliance reviews. I'm talking about detailed compliance reviews. So over here, it's going to scan through each of these texts, as you can see, and it's going to make recommendations. And then it's going to revise the text as well, right? So you have this option here inside compliance, but then you have an SEC compliance analyst here as well. I'm going to click on a new chat thread. right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste that text. I'm going to click on the SEC Compliance Analyst inside Playground, click Enter, and now it's going to run another compliance review for me. And notice we also have a fact checker there, right? So if you wrote a market update or maybe a LinkedIn post about, a tax issue or something, you can fact check your AI generated content to make sure it's accurate. So that, finishes off this quick comparison video between all these three platforms. Again, not to undermine the value of each of them. Like ChatGPT is great at data analysis. You can upload large files and have it run data, analysis, processing. It's really great at that. But client communications facing content requires a bit of human touch. You need to be able to humanize it. You need to be able to edit it fast. It needs to be dense and rich enough. It needs to be able to pull citations. That's exactly what AdvisorX does for wealth advisors, and we've seen great progress with it. So if you're interested, please schedule a demo with me. I'd love to show you more of how the system works. Thanks for watching.